And Paxton, who's at the Faith and Freedom Conference. General, it's good to see you. So you spoke on opening day on the conference. What was your main message?
So it was that faith and freedom really matters. Our founders built this country on those concepts, and we've lasted for 250 years. We've become the most successful country in the history of the world, and that those particular things matter. Faith matters, and freedom matters. And if we don't guard against the left taking it from us, we will lose this country, and that foundation will be gone, and this country will not be great.
Yeah, and they are trying to grab it from us, and there's too many people sitting on the sidelines or rolling their eyes, not understanding the danger of the left right now in this country.
No, there's no doubt, and that's part of why I'm here, is to encourage the people that are here who understand that to go back to their states and motivate people to get involved in these elections. You know, we always hear this is the most important election. That really is actually a true statement, because every election builds on the one before, and it builds on the one before. That's why we're here. We've been here for 250 years. If we do not continue to build on it, if we do not continue to fight for that freedom and for that faith, we can lose it in a very quick period of time.
Yep. We won't be celebrating the tricentennial if we keep going this way. On Friday, President Trump attended the conference, which was his first public return to the Washington Hilton since that assassination attempt that occurred there at the White House Correspondents' Dinner earlier this year. Just a little snip from him.
Religion is back in our country, bigger and stronger than it has been in many, many years. Been reading all of those reports. Religion's really, it's going up.
Religion in this country was always one of the foundations, right? And that's one of the things the left tries to do is, and that's communism and socialism and Marxism, do away with the family and do away with God. And they're having success right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt. If you can strip the country of its faith, then Marxist, totalitarian, socialist-type governments thrive. They depend on the governments to sort of be the god of the people. And in reality, that's not how you build freedom. That's how you build a controlled government situation where people don't have choices, where they don't have opportunity. The government makes those decisions, and typically those in power in the government, the few, are the ones that benefit from that. That you look at any socialistic country, any communistic country, any totalitarian country, and you'll find that a few people benefit, and the rest of the population is relatively poor and has very little opportunity.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about your Senate race here. So I remember I was with you in Fort Worth right before the big primary, and I was walking around the room asking, you know, your supporters who came, like, why Paxton? And they were, I mean, every single person was like, this guy is a warrior. And then I was with you in Plano when you whipped John Cornyn. Now you got your sights set on that soy boy, James Tallarico. I mean, he is the darling of the left, but I have to tell you, I can't imagine Texans are going to go with this far-left weirdo when they get to know him.
No, you're right, and that's the key. We got to get to know him. The reality is he's running from his positions that he's run on before. He was in the House, Texas House. He voted for things. He voted against things. They're awful votes. They're bad for Texas. And when he ran in the Democratic primary just recently, he took a lot of these very woke, leftist, Bandami-type positions. And now that he's in a general election, he knows from polling that he can't win believing the things or saying the things that he said. So he's trying to run from those. He's scrubbing them. But you know what? It oozes out. He can't help it. He comes out and says crazy stuff. And I don't think he can stop himself. And the truth is, once Texans know who he is, once they see him in his own words saying these insane, woke, leftist things, he's not going to win Texas.
Well, he certainly has more pride in the pride flag than in the Texas flag or the U.S. flag. And I think people are going to understand that. Trump and the base, I think, are rightfully frustrated with the Senate leadership, you know, when it comes to things like the Save America Act. And let me ask you, should the filibuster be ended to pass the agenda, and why should we do that and blow up the Senate rules?
Look, I understand why filibusters are useful. I was in the Texas Senate. I understand. I was in the Texas House. I understand it protects the minority from the majority. But the reality is, If we do not get rid of the filibuster, we will never pass the Save America Act. It'll be very difficult with 60 votes to ever get it passed. And if we can't pass that, we can't protect elections. And slowly but surely, as we lose a state here or there, the Democrats, the progressive, they change the rules and make it difficult for us to have fair elections. And if we do not address this sometime in the near future, we are going to lose the country, and none of these other issues are going to matter. The filibuster is not going to matter if we can't win elections because they're not fair and they're not without fraud.
Ken Paxton, I will see you in the fall, and I wish you much luck.